Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you may be, or good evening or good night. This is Jen at JensArtyInclinations, a place to create, share and play.
Hello everyone, Junk Journal January, and this is hosted by Meg Journals in collaboration with Get Messy Art, and they're both linked in the description below. Alrighty, today's prompt is geometric. So look, I'm at the stage where I'm thinking, I better pull this journal together. You know how I just do random pages in it? I just pick a page and decide to work on that page that day. So one of the things I often do with that is I go through the whole book and I start to play with, the borders and edges. So I might put some lace down the edges. I might put, some of the paper strip borders that you've seen me do. And of course, stamping and inking and that sort of thing. So geometric was perfect. I'm just showing you this little group of pages I've done here. And then, on the final day, I'll make sure I do a flip through, or I'll try, and just using some of the geometric stencils that I have. Now that one there, that's actually food packaging from a cookie. And a friend of mine gave me those. So isn't it wonderful? I absolutely love it. It's a really stiff cardboard and it's lasted me for years. It does a terrific job. But I thought that was quite geometric. Here you go. I felt like that page just needed to be torn down. So these are the sorts of things I'm doing when I'm finishing off journals. It helps you bring a bit of cohesion into the journal if you're going through it all in one kind of go and just thinking about what you can do to finish your pages. And if you're using something consistent, whether that's lace on every page, whether that's a particular stencil or a particular colour, something like that, it can kind of help just bring the whole thing together. So yeah, that's what I'm doing in this little section. And after I finished the video, I sort of continued on through the book. So as I said, you'll see that when I do finally get around to doing a flip through. That's another little stencil I did. Now that one I did on my brother print and scan. So I did some random little doodles and they were just, geometric lines, like some little chevrons and things. And then, not this plastic one, the cardboard one you saw. And then I managed to, work out how to do it on my brother print and scan. So I do intend to do some more of my own stencils, but here you go. Even a piece of folded book page can become a stencil. Now that one, as I was inking around, I did go a little bit heavy-handed. So I just added water and then that just softened it enough, basically. So then I, mopped it up a little bit, mopped up the colour a little bit with a tissue, and then I could just dry it off. And that was wonderful because I don't know if you realise, but, we're often doing coffee dyeing and we're talking about how beautiful and crinkly the pages feel. If you actually just wet your pages with water and dry them off, you'll be surprised you can still get that gorgeous feel. So it's actually obviously the water that does more of the work. So just doing, a little bit of stamping as well with that lovely little cheap grid stamp that I, got in a $2 store thing. This is really just playing. So isn't that surprising? Geometric just gave me a bit of a tip, a bit of a memory prompt on how I could finish off my pages so that they all kind of went with each other a little bit more. I just muck about, enjoy myself, have a bit of play, that sort of thing. It's a nice thing to do too sometimes in your journals when you're a bit stuck on what to do. Just go back through some pages and have a look at how they're working together. And sometimes that can spark you for an idea on how to continue. Sometimes I do go from beginning to end in my journal and other times I just grab random pages like I have in this. I probably do this more than I go from front to back because I often choose the page which sort of just captures my attention or inspires me or gives me a bit of a prompt, for that particular day. Look, I also want to thank everybody who's followed me along with this, and some of you followed me along into Ephemerambra as well. It's not really my thing to do a video every day, and, there's been some hiccups with sound and background noises and all sorts of things. So, hopefully I'll get back into my 2 to 3 a week as the year goes on. That's what I generally aim towards. I generally get at least 1 a week, but I try and do 2 to 3. And got a few exciting projects coming up this year, a few collaborations and stuff like that. So it should be fun. But yeah, you've all been so lovely. And as I said, some of you have been so patient and actually watched all of them, and you've given me some likes and some feedback comments, and it's been really nice. That's why I do this, because it's nice to feel like we're all part of a community and getting inspiration from each other. So thank you again, and look, I'll see you tomorrow. Love it if you could leave me a comment below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed what you saw today. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you next time. And in the meantime, keep creating. Enjoy.